My name is David Jaffe. Welcome to the Wealth and Health Podcast, where you'll learn valuable skills and positive habits that will improve your life. This podcast originally aired as a video on my YouTube channel at youtube.com/beststockstrategy. The Wealth and Health Podcast is brought to you by beststockstrategy.com. The primary thing that I learned is that intelligent people are just like anyone else. They're not more moral or anything of that nature. I remember when I went to Cornell, and my first day there, we were on a bus, and I was very naive because the bus driver told us that if we had a bike, that we should lock it up. My initial reaction was that we're at Cornell. These people here are nerds. They don't steal. But I was completely wrong. And the reality is that intelligent people are just like everyone else. They just have a greater capacity to do good and also a greater capacity to do evil. I also learned that, especially because I wasn't part of a fraternity, that social status is very, very important. So I remember I liked this girl who was a member of DG. Her name was Samantha, and she also rejected me. And then 2 years later, she kept hitting me up and texting me, and she wanted to go out to Marquee. She didn't pay me any attention at Cornell, but then when I was in New York City and I had social status, she wanted to spend a lot of time with me. The reality is that college is BS for many people, especially if you're a self-starter. You don't need college unless you want to be a lawyer or a doctor. I'm not very social. I don't really keep in touch with many of my friends from college. Although I do keep in touch with many of my friends that I grew up with in high school and middle school and elementary school. But that's very different because I spent my formative years with those people the first 16 years of my life. Whereas in college, I was only there for 3.5 years, and I was spending the majority of my time studying. But I'm not very social, so personally, I feel that the social aspect of college is overrated. And I kind of view college as like a little bit of a cult or a club. I still get phone calls from Cornell asking me to donate, and I tell them not to call me, and I don't know why they do. People take so much pride in where they went to college, and I think it's completely pointless because they're providing you with a service, and you're paying for the opportunity to go there. So why should I continue to pay when I'm not necessarily deriving the benefit, but they still want me to pay to be a member of that cult? It doesn't make any sense, especially with Cornell, where they're mandating that all their students have to get jabbed, and they're really treating their students as if they don't have any rights. I mean, that's not something that sits well with me. So I wouldn't even consider donating to them. So I really view college as like a cult or a club, and they want to make you feel inferior if you're not part of the club. But the reality is that you don't need it anyway, and you probably don't even want to become a member of that club, even if you had the opportunity to. So that's really it. That's basically what I learned about going to an Ivy League university. The best thing that happened for me to go to an Ivy League university was that it helped me get an investment banking job, which I worked at for 5 years, and then I stopped. So I really derived no value from going to an Ivy League university. And if I had to do it over again, I definitely would have saved that 3.5 years and all the time and effort that I put in to get good grades. I would work as a real estate agent and a club promoter, and I probably would be a lot better off had I not gone to college than I am right now, having gone to college. Please watch this video right here and let me know your thoughts and leave a comment below, and I appreciate your attention. Visit beststockstrategy.com and submit your email address to receive valuable free training. Please give this podcast a positive rating and a review. If you have any questions, visit beststockstrategy.com and send me a message.